In this video, I'm going to try to clear the summit with Immortal Journey Soraka. Just like regular Soraka, she heals your team and gives you a golem which can be itemized at level 6 to either be a tank, a carry, or given random items. You also start the game with the Caretaker's Favor augment, which gives you a component anvil when you hit levels 5, 6, 7, and 8. It looks like we started off with an Akali this game, so maybe we try to do a Supreme Cells build. Like I mentioned in other videos, the physical challenge can actually make this game a lot easier, because then you only need to itemize against armor instead of both armor and magic resist. But Star Cursed can be a little bit annoying because you will need to reposition your team every other round, whereas Cheering is going to give the enemy team bonus healing, and Explosive is going to make the enemy team deal damage to you every time you kill one of their units. So I am probably going to go with Gwen, and we'll just try to work around the Star Cursed hexes. Living Forge is insane because it's going to give us at least 2 artifacts in this game mode, maybe 3. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. We got some really good choices here. I'm not sure what to pick. I could either go with Gold Collector to give Akali boosted critical strike chance as well as bonus gold when she executes enemies, or I could go with something like Death's Defiance to give my Kennen increased tankiness, or we could go with Horizon Focus, since Kennen's ability is going to stun nearby enemies. That might be our best choice, because it'll give him bonus damage and some extra health, armor, and magic resist. Why don't we go with that? We were pretty close to clearing that round, but I think the bad items from the Thieves' Glove just made it so that we couldn't clear it. I'm going to go ahead and run it again, because now that Akali has a death cap, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to clear this wave without a problem. Since we're really early on in the game, the Infectious Anomaly is going to be able to stack for 10 rounds, so I'm going to go ahead and take Blue-Red Flame because it'll make it a little bit easier. The additional resistances will make it tough right now, but after we get some Magic Pen and Armor Pen, we should be fine. That round was a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We have much better items for Akali now, so I'm going to go ahead and take the blue buff off of Kennen and move that onto Akali with the Guinsoo's Rage Blade and the Hand of Justice, and I'm going to put the Steadfast, the Spirit Visage, and the Horizon Focus back on the Kennen. We can see that round went much better. I'm going to go ahead and itemize the Golem as a tank because we're kind of lacking in our front line right now, and I think it's going to make the game a lot easier. Talisman of Ascension isn't really going to be that good for us, but I could drop that on the Akali and move the Guinsoo's over to the Kaisa in the back line, and then she'll be able to stack the Flicker Blade much faster, which will really help her deal a lot more damage. This Randuin's Omen is going to be really good for our team. I'm going to go ahead and reposition so that we could take advantage of its effect. Our front line seems like it's doing fine, so I'm not going to pick Giant and Mighty, and I don't really see the reason to take Coronation because we have 4 Supreme Cells on the field already, and I'm just going to look to either put 2 Duelists to buff the Kaisa or 2 more Executioners to buff the Akali. And we could hit both of those by level 8, so it's really not a problem. Roll the Dice and Bronze for Life both aren't really going to help us either because we're not running that many bronze traits, and I'd rather avoid the randomness. Even though the 2 Radiant items are going to be really good, I'd rather have something that's a little bit more consistent. A movable object would actually be insane here because we'll have 2 Randuin's Omens on the board, so we're going to be gaining an insane amount of armor for the majority of our team. I'm going to go ahead and pick that. Isekai Antagonist might make this a little bit harder, but I really want the extra gold so I can try to hit a 3-star Kaisa right now. I'm also going to move her back a little bit because I don't want her to be super exposed to the Echo ultimates. Innervating Laka is going to be really good for our Kennen because every time one of our Supreme Cells kills an enemy, he's healing from his Supreme Surge power-up fruit. The Innervating Laka is going to make it so that he's basically unkillable and always at max health. While we couldn't hit the 3-star Kaisa in that roll down, we were able to hit the 3-star Kennen and Udyr, so our front line is looking insanely tanky, especially with the double Randuin's Omen. So let's go ahead and win a couple of rounds, and then we'll look for Kaisa later. Since we got a Prowler's Claw, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the Akali and move the Talisman of Ascension onto the Darius. I think the Prowler's Claw is going to be a lot better for Akali because she's going to be able to dash around the board a lot faster. I really try to avoid the Death's Fire challenge because the Fishbones is really going to make it difficult for our backline to stay alive. The combination of Sniper's Focus and Deathfire Grasp really give the Golem a lot of damage, so we're going to go ahead and pick Minion Pinata. Now that we've leveled up, we could fit another Executioner on the board, which is going to boost the Akali's damage significantly. Let's see how we do this round. Akali's looking a little bit better damage-wise, but the Kaisa is really shining. I think the combination between the Radiant Gwynsu's blade, the Flicker blade, and giving her the Executioner trait is really what's bringing her up to the next level. And that's how you clear the summit with Immortal Journey Soraka. If you guys could, I would really appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. I hope you guys have a great night.